Hello, Legend of Korra fans. It is your technical critic, and I'm going to be reviewing part 2 of The Beginnings. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, why didn't you review this with the first one? Well, that is a combination of a happy accident with apathy, laziness, and meh. But thanks to that, I'm able to bring you a video this week. And yes, I know it's Tuesday and it's super late, but I've got a life of stuff to do too, you know. So let's get into it. First of all, I was wrong. I was wrong about everything. We are not going to get the big spiritual clash that I thought we were. Clash of cultures with religion versus secularism, blah blah blah. Great storyline. No, we're not going to get that. And I really feel that we need to rename this series to, I don't know, maybe The Legend of Juan. Because, here's the thing. I saw this as a very interesting episode. Both of these episodes put together, they're very good. They tell a great story. But what does it have to do with anything? I mean, everything in this series has been so juxtaposed to one thing and another that I can't help but feel that it's got to come together in a great harmonic convergence for it to actually mean anything. Because if you go online, if you look on Wikipedia, there's 12 episodes of this season, and it feels like we've only just gotten started. And I hate to call this episode filler because it's a really good story. It's this is high level fantasy. I've got to admit, this episode is really up there. I mean, I'm not saying it's Lord of the Rings, but it's top notch. I mean, what could I possibly compare it to? It's on par with the Airbender series. I'll have to say that. I mean, I have to give credit where credit's due. This is a great story, but it doesn't feel like it fits in with anything that's happening. Because in an entire season named Spirits, we've seen the spirits in what, 4 episodes? And only a little bit at most. You've seen one spirit in the first episode, a bunch of evil spirits in the second episode, third episode no spirits, fourth episode no spirits, fifth episode you get that one spirit that swallows Korra. Then you have The Sting, which is an 80s movie, compressed into 20 minutes. What that has to do with anything, I have no idea. It's a good episode, but I don't think it has anything to do with anything. I mean, except to make the artist formerly known as Howard Hughes, the guy who we all love and laugh and just want to be friends with, turn him into an evil character and just rip your heart out. I mean, these are, individually, these are all okay. Well, not all of them. 3 and 4, they suck. 1 and 2, they're okay. 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, individually, they're all good. 7 and 8 put together, they're good. But it doesn't feel like it's leading anywhere. It just feels like it's meandering through all of these different side stories. They should call this The Legend of the Side Story because, let's face it, we haven't had anything happen with Korra in forever. I mean, let's look at this logically. The last time we saw Korra was episode 5, was where she played any kind of part. And then she gets swallowed by Spirit Squid. And then we have 4 episodes that literally have nothing. 3 episodes. 3 episodes that literally have nothing to do with Korra. Legend of Juan, that takes up 2 episodes. And then you've got Mako's story, that takes up 1 episode. 3 episodes, that's 1 episode a week, so in 3 weeks we've had absolutely nothing. In internet time, this show Korra has not been doing anything for the last 3 years. I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But where does this story fit in? I mean, I know that they're telling the mythos, but do we really have time to go into this very long but extremely interesting backstory, especially when Korra still needs to develop as a character? I mean, unless they're going to develop her intensely over the next 4 episodes, because we now know that Unalaq is being influenced by Vatu. I mean, that's the only reason I could see him going into the spirit world, because we see Vatu. He gets trapped once the two of them get to once the spirit and the avatar finally fuse with one another. They're able to play off each other's strengths, and they manage to seal Vatu inside this tree, I guess in the center of the yin and yang in the spirit world. So they send all the spirits back, they close the spirit portal. Great, good, everything's done. So now I guess Unalaq, because it's been 10,000 years, or that this is the next 10,000 years, because let's see, 1,000 avatars who live 100 years each, approximately, when you average it out. It's been 100,000 years, so I guess this is the 10th harmonic convergence since then. So I guess with Vatu again growing in strength, he's managed to break through to Unalaq, who's apparently this very spiritual creature, and is influencing him to try and open the portal and free him, which is, that's great, but it doesn't make him that much of a villain. It feels like it's leading up to something good. And I want this to be good. I really do. I really, really, really do. I just don't know where they're going with it. The artwork in this is great. I mean, the woodblock printing for the backgrounds and just the Oriental Japanese style. It's, oh, Madre de Dios. It is good. But the story is good. It's all wonderful. It's one of those, do we have time for this? It's like, okay, just pretend for a second. Pretend that your mother is dying. You're in town A, she's in town B, and to get to town B by driving, you have to drive past the Grand Canyon. And you're driving past and you're like, oh my god, this is so totally epic, but do I have time to look at this? Because my mother is dying and I need to get there. We're running out of time. The series is literally running out of time. I heard we have 26 episodes, but apparently I'm wrong, because there's only 12, and so these are my feelings. This has been my rant. It was excellent. It was just so good, but it doesn't fit in. It's like, how do I put this? It's juxtaposing with the story. I mean, and what about Korra's amnesia? I mean, I feel like it was just such a cop-out. I thought, okay, here we have the character has amnesia. The character is going to journey through this, and if not refine who they are, and then redefine themselves through their experience. At least then we get a new character who doesn't remember who her old character was. Which would fall in line with the show, because if you look at all the characters, it's like they have amnesia. It's like nobody knows exactly what they did 6 months ago. Like Lin Beifong, she turned from this really suave, interesting character into, you're just a beat cop, get out. I mean that would fall in line with the show, but no, it's just. They did the whole Deus Ex Machina thing again, the same as they did at the end of the season, where it's like, okay, everybody gets the power, you get a power, everybody gets everything back, and it's just, So, I've read up on the next episode. Apparently now Korra has to find Tenzin, and he is going to help her enter the spirit world. How, I don't know. We shall wait and see. Maybe that Avatar statue that lit up when she opened the spirit portal, maybe that has something to do with it. But it would be it'll be nice to get back on track again. So this has been my technical critique, and I will see you on Friday for the next one.